Good afternoon. This is Pastor Edward Lewis of Bethany Presbyterian Church. I'm glad to be able to come before you today just to share a few thoughts, just to ensure that we're all on the same page, and just to share our love and support for each and every one of you. I hope you know that Denise and I are in prayer with you all. We love you all, and despite the fact that we have not been able to congregate at the Bethany house, we're still working together as a community and supporting one another as we journey forward. So let's begin with just to get us caught up. We had this afternoon at our 10:45 Zoom service, Dr. Mariva Kelsey, his name almost slipped me. We certainly thank God for Dr. Kelsey, who came to share some thoughts with regards to affirming African Americans, and how we can be strengthened in our communities. And we certainly appreciate all that he shared. He shared so much. He's also shared with us a book that he has written that we're going to get copies of that, get some of that posted and shared with our congregation. And he has so much in that book that affirms African American experience. And we certainly want to get some of those thoughts on our website as well as our Facebook. And before I even share a couple of points that I thought was very important, because he shared so much, I do want to stop right here and just say thank you, all of you, for those who have come to our 10:45 Zoom meeting to support and still come together and share word. And I think sharing at that 10:45 Zoom meeting, at least for me, has been very important, because we are dealing with the season of COVID. We've had just unprecedented amount of protests because of social situation that we are still in, where blacks are just not seen as equal citizens. So there's still a lot of challenges. There's been deaths, there's been sicknesses. So 2020 has brought in a season of challenges. So it's been great that we have been able to come together, though we have not been able to congregate at the building. In heart and spirit and in mind, we've been able to come together at 10:45 at our Bethany Zoom meeting, where we're able to break bread, share word, and kind of just chat with one another to strengthen one another in spirit. So I just wanted to pause before I forgot, just to say thank you for your support. We're certainly going to continue to do that, and we hope that you share that with those in your own community or people that you know, to invite them to our Bethany space Zoom meeting at 10:45. Now, the couple of things that Dr. Kelsey shared with us that I thought were powerful, but like I said, there were many things that he shared that were very powerful, but I thought at least I'll give two. We're also going to, skip it around here, we're also going to post the Zoom meeting. Denise recorded it, so everyone will get a chance to hear what he had shared that morning. So we should be able to get that posted to the Facebook, and hopefully we can find a way to get that posted to the website. The first thing that not the first of many things that I will leave with you that he shared, was self-responsibility. We are all in this social, political, racist, white supremacist situation together. And we all have what I would call, the first thing that I would share is a responsibility to respond. And by doing that, I think what he was talking about was self-responsibility. We all have a role to play in this, and we do need to be looking at ourselves, critiquing ourselves, and understanding of whether or not we are having a positive effect or we're having a negative impact on our community, on what's happening in a racialized society. It's good to, we're good at pointing the fingers at other people in other communities, but sometimes we really need to stand in the mirror and look at ourselves and see how we are responding. What role are we playing? Are we helping the situation, or are we hurting the situation? And even, are we supporting white supremacy even when we think we're not? Either the case, there is self-responsibility is what he was calling on, that we have to begin with. And the other part was that we've kind of taken on in America the sense of individualism. It's me, myself, and I. We somehow, even in our churches, even in our faith, we want God to bless me, prosper me. So much of what I do is about me. And this has not been a part of our African American, or at least our African heritage. And historically, Africans have been about community, and we need to embrace how we can empower one another, and instead of having this notion or being inundated with ideas of individualism that has equally been a part of our sense of spirituality. So these were just a couple of small things that he left with us, and I'm not doing it any justice, but at least you have a couple of thoughts as to our Zoom meeting. It was powerful, it was great. He will be returning to join us again soon. Also, we would like to move on to thank James Clemens and Sharon Franklin on their work with the Louise Ann Lucky committee, who have now, I think at this time, have issued 8 scholarships to those individuals who will now be going on to further their education. We certainly thank you all for your work that you have done. We know it has not been easy, especially this is COVID season. We got social distancing and other challenges that are before you, and you were able to come together and meet and get these scholarships out selectively to the people who are, I hate to say most deserving, but those who are qualified and met those standards to receive the financial support to further their education. And money for books is due. Schools haven't closed, even though school is being done probably a little different. So these students still need the financial support. We still need to help them move forward. So we just really thank this committee for staying together and getting this money out, these scholarships out, to help these students this semester. You could have easily said, we'll just wait till next year, but you didn't. You stayed the course, you met the challenges, and now 8 students will have some financial support for this upcoming semester. Love you, thank you, and I just wanted to pause and just verbally and openly thank you all for your work. And also, I want to kind of talk about COVID. We met in sessions last Thursday, and I want to thank Sessions for continue to come together and talk about the needs of the church and navigate how we are going to move forward and maintain our strength and our church community and keeping it strong. We met on Thursday. We do that via Zoom as well. So I just want to thank the committee for coming together and still iron out how we are going to move forward, and amidst financial challenges and facility challenges as well. We thank God. Keith Williams, even though he's not with us as a part of our Bethany membership, he's still a member of our Bethany family, and he has yet been able to keep our books together and keep us financially sound. We certainly thank him for his work that he's done, and we are certainly soliciting financial we're certainly soliciting your help financially. We certainly still need to give as much as we can and make whatever reasonable sacrifice possible in order to keep Bethany moving forward, even though we have not been able to physically meet in the building. So with this COVID situation, I think maybe it's been a month, maybe it's been a little bit longer than a month, I spoke about meeting either a live service or maybe coming together in the first Sunday of August and just kind of have set some guidelines for spacing in order to keep social distancing and keep one another safe. I had that brief conversation in a previous video, but we have to pull back from that. COVID is spiking again. We have opened up, and I'm not criticizing the way in which we've opened, but opening up the way we have has now created another crisis with facilities and just the uptick of those who are contracting the disease and still having now attempting to get as many people tested as possible. I know at our facility, the line of cars roll out to the street. People have to wait for long periods of time just to get tested. And so with this increase of COVID, those who have contracted this virus, we are going to hold off on meeting in August. And I am not going to even predict a Sunday that we will get together. I am just going to wait on what the CDC has to say, and our governor and our local physicians. We're going to just wait to hear when they tell us it's going to be safe for us to reconvene. But until then, we're going to continue with our Zoom meeting services, continue with our social distancing, continue with our giving so we can keep our church facilities operating and functional until we're able to reconvene. I just don't want to give a date and a time now, because with this recent surge with the coronavirus, it's just hard to say, and I do not and I will not have us come back to our worship service until it is safe. I know of several congregations and other pastors who have reconvened, and some of those congregations, persons have contracted the virus. We just do not want that to happen if at all possible. And right now, the best way for us to do that is to continue to stay safe, continue to stay in our homes, and continue to wear your mask, and we're going to continue to worship on Zoom and see how we can enhance our Zoom services. And so I'm going to be praying for each and every one of you all. Please pray for our church congregation as well during this season. Lastly, what I'm looking to do is try to, at our Zoom meetings on Sunday, bring in more young people for conversation, for word that strengthens our young people as well as our seasoned citizens. Our young people are the future of our church, so we have to be diligent and intentional and purposeful in a meaningful way. Invite our young people to our spaces and allow them the freedom to express a particular theology that they come with, and their ideas that they share, and allow them the liberty to share their thoughts, share who God is in their life with our support. So my first gentleman that I will be having to come and share with us is going to be our deacon, Benjamin White. not this Sunday, but the next following Sunday. I don't have a date on that yet. Whatever that next following Sunday is, he's certainly going to be sharing with us on his thoughts on what I am proposing that he speak about with the crucifixion of George Floyd and what that meant, and the cross section and how we juxtapose that with the crucifixion of Christ, and now what we see is a George Floyd movement that is happening, that calls for justice and equality and civility. So we're going to try to move forward and invite more of our young people in. In the meantime, know that I love you all, and thank you so much for your support, and help us support one another. And I'm sorry, let me even just say Shirley Freeman, who lost her son, and prayers for Nidra. Her name was almost slipping me. We just want to keep Nidra in mind, as Sil is no longer with us. He has been a great asset to this church and to the community. We love him. He is certainly going to be missed, and we're going to embrace his family with our love, care, and support. And just, there won't be enough words that could be said to really share the impact that Sil has had on the community and upon the Bethany family. His commitment to the work of God, as a man of God, as a committed family man, and there's just not enough words that could be said. But I at least want to lift up Shirley and Nidra, and remember them. Please remember them in our prayer. And remember all of our church family members as we journey through what is some pretty difficult times, but we're going to get through with it. And we know that the scripture tells us that they that wait upon the Lord, he shall renew our strength. We shall be able to mount up as wings as the eagle. Soon we'll be able to run and not be weary, and walk and not faint. For the joy of the Lord is our strength. Strengthen one another. Be encouraged. Know that God is with you. Bless you. Love you.